My name is Michaela Gibson. I am currently working at Apollo Syndicate Management, where I am their Inclusive Culture Programme Manager. I've worked in the London insurance market for just over 20 years, and I am the mother to two children. The eldest is autistic and has ADHD. She is just coming up for 12 and has started secondary school, and we got the diagnosis back in 2018, which seems like yesterday, but also a long time away as well. So I hear a lot of other parents of neurodiverse children sharing this, and it may seem strange to some people, but I think we knew from the moment that Olivia was born that she was different. It's hard to really put it into words, but it was just a feeling. We liked her difference. We thought she was amazing. All the things she did that were different, her climbing of trees, her lack of fear, the things that she didn't seem to follow the same pattern that her other friends did who were girls. So she would do what you may class as boy activities, girl activities. She had endless energy. She would talk to adults and children alike that she didn't know. But as she progressed, as she got older, and as her peers started to do things more in line with what was expected, we did notice that Olivia was different, and we started to get a bit concerned because she became frustrated. She could be physically violent towards me when she was frustrated, and we were extremely, I don't know if the word is lucky or blessed, that the school noticed as well, and the school were extremely helpful. They wrote a report for us. We went to the GP. They had a very long appointment with the GP, and immediately the GP said, I'm going to send you for an assessment at the Hackney Arc, where in the borough where we live, which is an amazing place because everything is done in one place. And so across the space of 3 months, and I know how extremely lucky we are to have her assessment process completed so quickly. Olivia was assessed. There was an in-school assessment as well, and there was a number of different assessments. And I remember very clearly going to get the final report, and even then thinking, I know Olivia's fine. I know they're going to say, you know, what are you worrying about? This is all made up. So when I sat there and I was told that Olivia had ADHD and was autistic, I won't lie, it was a bit of a shock. But it felt also at the same time a great relief, and that we could actually start on the journey of really supporting Olivia as she grew up. Since Olivia was diagnosed, I have worked at 3 different organisations. And for me and my family, there is no question the biggest help that we get is flexible working hours. And by that, I don't just mean starting at a different time, i.e. the same time each day. I mean flexible hours, so I can be there, or my husband can be there for Olivia. And for me, one of the challenges is sharing with people that I don't really start my day until 9:30. And that's because even though Olivia's in secondary school, she needs help getting dressed in the morning. So I found my employer so amazingly helpful with that. It's really now me saying to people, I can't have meetings before 9:30. But flexible working hours that follow no distinct pattern, so very flexible, and also where I am now, Apollo, the ability to talk and share about my daughter and about what is going to be my own personal journey now of potential assessment for ADHD. And being able to share that at work and being able to share things about my daughter in an environment which is non-judgmental and people really want to learn is a positive. So it's not just that I get to go to work and I get to work at the hours that I need to, but knowing that people are interested and supportive of myself, my daughter, and a future workplace that's going to be neurodiverse or neurodivergent inclusive is trying to think of the words here. It makes it not just a job to earn money to support my family. It makes me see a career, and it makes me think that I'm doing something that's going to help other autistic and neurodivergent people. My advice to employers with regards to parents of neurodivergent children is that no set of parents are going to be the same, and their needs aren't going to be the same. So it really is a question of one-to-one conversations, listening to the parent or the parents, and having a tailor-made plan for that parent or set of parents. It really does help, though, if you can train your managers, your line managers, on neurodiversity. And there are a number of organisations out there who do run neurodiversity for line manager workshops. And that will just equip them with the skills so that they aren't afraid of these conversations. Because my own personal experience, and I think this would be repeated, is there's a lot of fear when you go to your line manager, you go to your HR department, and you say, my child is autistic, my child has ADHD, we're going through the assessment process, we're waiting, we've just been assessed, and we need to figure out what to do. There's a fear of losing your job, there's still some stigma and some shame. And if, like myself, you've been advised that potentially you have neurodivergent traits, or you're neurodivergent yourself, that's all linked into what you need to do to support the individual. So you may not be just looking at supporting a parent of someone who is neurodivergent, you may be looking at supporting a potentially neurodivergent parent as well. I have been volunteering for Dive-In, the annual Inclusion and Diversity Festival for insurance globally, since 2016. And out of that, I set up the Insurance Families Network in 2018. And its initial focus was to help working mothers get their careers back on track. And that was the beginning of 2018. And then in November 2018, my daughter was diagnosed as being autistic and having ADHD. And we thought there's other areas we need to support working parents. It's not just about the careers of working mums, it's about the careers of working mums and dads. And it's also about what their needs are, the additional needs of working parents who have neurodivergent children and other areas. So the Insurance Families Network, we are all about the modern family and all about what the modern family needs to help it succeed in the workplace. Neurodiversity came onto our agenda 2019. There are at least 2 of us on the steering committee who have neurodivergent children, and we are here to help and support both neurodivergent parents and parents of neurodivergent children. Obviously slightly delayed by COVID, but we're very, very pleased that we will have the launch of our in-person support group for neurodivergent parents and parents of neurodivergent children at RPC, the law firm, who are one of the IFN sponsors, at the end of April.